After 22 years on the radio, we couldn't stay quiet for long.
We're Lori and Julia, still loud.
Pop culture, gossip, books, TV, music.
And probably a little too much laughter.
Let's do this.
Hello. Thanks for podcasting us. This is Lori and Julia. And what are we, Lori?
Still loud. Welcome to our show. Thanks for finding us and listening. However you're listening, share the word.
Liking.
Subscribing.
We're finding people not everybody knows how to listen to a podcast. So
but more and more people are as they realize you just can go to loriandjulia.com and the episodes are right there.
They're right there. That's so perfect.
Okay, so on Monday night, Paul Anka was on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel is good friends with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. Like as couples, they travel together. So, of course, Jason Bateman is Paul Anka's father-in-law. He's married to Amanda Anka. Paul Anka had 5 daughters with his first wife of 40 years and named them all A names. So it would go with Anka. Yeah.
Can you remember? Amy, what's her name? Allison Anka?
Amanda. And they've been married for like a long time.
Forever.
And he absolutely, Casey and I watched it, and he was so hysterical. Now, he's 84 years old.
He
tours and he's got a great voice, but he was so funny with Kimmel. And then this week, I'm like, let's watch the Paul Anka documentary because it dropped on HBO Max on Tuesday, and it's called Paul Anka My Way. Well, we both A+. It was absolutely fantastic, and it was. Here's something I did not know about Paul Anka. He becomes a teen idol at 15. He's from Ottawa, Canada, and he's doing tours with Buddy Holly and Frankie Avalon and Bobby Darin. You know, I remember my mom and dad had a Paul Anka album.
We had a Paul Anka. I love
Diana
Paul. Yes.
And Put Your Head on My Shoulder. I mean, just
put your head on my shoulder.
He's written all these songs. You know, Puppy Love is his song. But at the age of 25, luckily, he strikes gold and has a very good manager from the get-go at 15.
Okay.
And they're like, we got to transition you from being a teenage idol, and you were such a talented singer. But Paul Anka also writes, arranges, melodies, everything, plays the piano. And by this time now, he's been performing in Vegas with the Rat Pack as maybe an opening.
25.
Yes. Copacabana at 17, you know.
That was in
Ed Sullivan
New York,
show.
right?
Yes, the Copacabana.
Okay.
So he's in Vegas and he's hanging out. Frank Sinatra calls him the Kid, and he had a bathrobe delivered to him called the Kid, because these guys, they were all like in their 50s, and here
he's
25, and Frank tells Paul, you know, I think I'm going to hang it up after this season of shows here at the Sands.
Frank Sinatra told Paul Anka.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Paul was just like upset and very mad. But Frank said, you know, but if you want to write me a song,
I remember.
I'll give you a chance. Yep. And Paul Anka writes My Way.
Yep, I remember.
And Frank Sinatra goes on to perform for another 10 years, because between that and New York, I mean, people would pay any amount of money to see him. And, but he's just such
Did your mom and dad ever see him?
No, but they had the albums, because I know all these old songs from my mom, and I could envision some of the albums. And he is like Cher, the only singer to have a hit in the last 7 decades.
Wow. What's his most recent one? I don't even know.
You'll have to watch the documentary, but he went through a 70s phase where he wore patchwork jeans. Remember those? And the long sideburns. And the kind of, not the cowboy hat, but more of a Marty Robbins hat, you know, and anyway, I don't want to give it away, but it was just absolutely enchanting, this documentary. And when he was giving interviews for it, Page Six did ask him last weekend about taking saunas with Sinatra. And they said, we got a question about Frank Sinatra's crown jewels. His wife, Ava Gardner, said that Frank had a 19-pound penis. Now just get your eyes and just put your...
But he was really short too.
This is Ava's description. I can't even lift a 20-pound dumbbell at the gym, Julie, without both arms. So anyway... That's what page 6, they were like, you took saunas with them. I mean, I'm sure you were nude. And Paul's like, that's what you're going to ask me? And they're like, that's what we want to ask you. And he said, yeah, it was huge. Do with that what you want.
Wow.
He said to page 6. And then he wrote the Johnny Carson themes song, and Johnny wanted it. And then they didn't want to disrespect their longtime musical director. And then Paul said, I offered him royalties and a songwriting credit on the song. And then they said, yeah, we'll take it. And of course, the Tonight Show iconic theme song. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was terrific.
Okay, I can't wait because he's good looking.
He's on his, I don't want to tell you what happened, but he's on his third wife, who I had to Google afterwards, and he is not married right now, but he has a type. And he had 5 daughters with his first wife, and they split up after 40 years because she wanted him to retire. And he's like, I can't. Like my theory, rock stars, pop stars, they don't ever need to retire.
Keep your hair and go forever.
Yeah. So it is really, really a great documentary.
Oh, good.
And singing along, Casey and I got teary-eyed a couple times.
This is on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
My Way.
And I Googled him to see if he's coming here, but we got to go to Palm Springs, where he has a home.
Going to Palm Springs,
maybe a couple of Vegas dates and a whole lot of Florida dates. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, he still tours. So
he goes to the warm places where the people maybe that would want to see him live.
He was just a hoot, and he met with Frankie Avalon, and whoa, let's just say Paul is looking real good.
Oh, I love that.
Frankie Avalon did the brow lift. Which, Dr. Jarvis at Minneapolis Plastic Surgery is like, that is what feminizes a man's face.
It's
a brow
Kenny
lift.
Rogers did it.
Wayne Newton. Dr. Jarvis told us this years ago when we got a brow lift.
Yes.
In 2004. And we didn't tell anybody because we were like plastic surgery ashamed.
We were. Because we were 39 and like 43 or something at the time. We were very young.
But we had heard that that's what all the Hollywood women do, is brow lifts in like their late 30s. And sure enough, Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, all kinds of people. It's just a subtle thing to do.
But you can do it early or you can do it, because I have a friend who just did it. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. But men can't, because it moves their eyebrows to the wrong spot on their forehead.
This is why you go to a Midwest plastic surgeon, Dr. Jarvis. He's accredited plastic surgery, his aesthetic. He just won't do something if he thinks that's not going to be the right thing, because everyone ultimately wants to look like themselves.
Always.
Just refreshed.
Refreshed.
Just, or having something sagging taken away. I would say sagging is the number one reason people go to a plastic surgeon, but we do highly recommend Minneapolis Plastic Surgery.
Okay, so remember when we saw Wayne Newton at the Carlson 50th anniversary party?
That's right. He was the entertainment.
We were at the MGM, their arena.
Yes.
And he was the entertainment, and George Bush Sr.
Yeah, we had those Carlson National meetings were something else.
They were so fun.
One time Marilyn came in on a coach, a Disney World Cinderella coach.
That's right.
She skated in on rollerblades one year.
Remember that? But we were in Disney World, and that's when Ariel from The Little Mermaid sang, and I thought, wow,
they're really spending the money.
I miss those big meetings. They were kind of fun.
The companies still have them.
We had fun ones at Hubbard too. We had silly fun ones.
Yeah. But I remember this is how long ago I worked at Carlson Companies, and it was I don't know if it was the 25th anniversary. It would have been like 1989 or something. And of like green, the whole Carlson Companies, everything. And Bob Hope was the MC. And he was going to cost $1 million. And we were told, I managed a reservations department. Mm-hmm. And we were told we had to manage our raises to 1%.
Because we had to pay for them.
For Bob Hope. They actually told us that.
I can't believe someone would tell you that.
But this is 87, 80. I think it's actually
and
like 88.
There weren't even like an intra-email system, so there's no paper trail.
And we got a memo. We got a memo, like all the managers. And so I told I had like 15 agents that reported to me, and that's when I came up with on the down low.
Vacation days.
You get a shopping, you get your birthday off, a day off in December to go shopping, and a state fair day. You just had to tell me
in advance,
like a couple days in advance when you were going to use it, but it would be off the books 3 days that they'd get paid for. So I was like, going rogue,
right?
Going rogue, but nobody ratted me out, and of course everyone was happy to get those 3 bonus days.
So they didn't care if their raise was 27 cents.
Well, I mean, I didn't know any other way to soften the blow, and I told everybody, we got to pay for Bob Hope. I thought if they told me, they must mean for everyone to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it was just a 1-year thing.
Oh, man.
But this was in the day before, there was a job I ended up eventually having at Carlson. There was nobody getting sponsorship for Bob Hope.
Right.
So they didn't have to pay for it.
Right.
Kurt paid for it. They wanted to pay Bob. They didn't want any sponsorship money involved. And maybe they didn't do too much of that. Even though Kurt was very good at playing with other people's money.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
That was his whole thing.
That was a fun era working at Carlson Companies. Okay, so today or yesterday, I can't remember when I think I saw it this morning, what's breaking the internet is a raccoon broke into a liquor warehouse. And somehow, because they're big and bulky, was running around on the small shelves and tipped over all this scotch and whiskey.
And lapped it up.
And someone found him kind of passed out by the trash. Yeah. It's hysterical.
That was very, very funny because, of course, they're going to lick it.
Of course.
I always wondered, in the Smoky Mountains or whatever, at people that had corn stills, if they had a spill, did the deer
drink it and get
the
buzzed?
birds were the animals getting naked wasted, if you will, because somebody tipped over Billy Bob's corn still.
Right.
Distill. White lightning.
What do you call white lightning? What did they call that? Moonshine.
White lightning. I remember, this is crazy college days, going to Tommy Burns in Superior and ordering grain and 7.
Just what was grain?
Grain alcohol and 7-Up.
Oh, Lord.
For $2.
Well,
oh God.
I remember 75-cent beer pitchers at the Cove.
Yeah. But I mean, can you imagine? That only lasted, a handful of Friday nights. And then I quickly realized that if you would like to have a jackhammer in your head every Saturday morning, drink those.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
But you're 19 and you're just
just learning.
You're just learning.
You're just learning how painful a hangover is.
Yeah, but I sure seem to help my pool game.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so couple things you were right about. I don't know if we said this on our podcast or if we were just talking, but there's a couple breakups I want your thoughts on.
Okay.
Ariana Grande and Ethan
SpongeBob
SquarePants.
Yeah, the co-star from Wicked.
That they met because Wicked took 3 years of filming in London, and they met in London, and she was married to someone else, and he was getting out. Supposedly.
No, he wasn't. They had a 9-month-old baby.
Yeah, he was with someone else.
Yeah. He was very much married, and she very much put out a statement saying Ariana is not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
And Ariana is somebody. She's a serial monogamist. She loves being in love, and
I like her.
Listen, I want her to ditch the kabuki makeup. I absolutely hate what her makeup artist is doing with her. But, she is going to be the host on SNL on December 20th with Cher as the musical guest.
Which is so ironic because she's a singer. I hope they do a duet.
Oh, well.
Like a Barbra Streisand Cher duet or something.
Listen, if you might not remember, but Ariana broke the internet when she was the host of SNL. I don't know if it was 2017. And she did a bit where she perfectly mimicked Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, and there was one other one. No, not Cher. Okay. Oh, shoot. What did I do with that note? Celine Dion.
Oh, wow.
And if you closed your eyes, you thought they were singing. So she is pitch perfect mimic. So that's going to be an incredible episode.
And her voice for Wicked 1 and Wicked for Good, the latest one, she said she had to work so hard for 3 months before they started filming with the musical director guy to bring her voice down half an octave or something. She's good.
But I think she and she's Ethan are done.
That's what you said. Because right before Wicked for Good came out,
I said they're just going through the motions.
That's what you said.
Yeah. And are they done for good?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's she's probably thinking, I looked at him with wicked eyes. They fell in love on the set of Wicked, a movie set, that kind of a romance. She was feeling distant from her husband because they were, who knows, whatever. I mean, when you're horny for somebody. And sometimes you really do have the goggles on. And now she's looking at him and feeling maybe badly about how, she was involved with wrecking the marriage.
If they've broken up, Lori.
But no, they're not going to say anything. It's just going to drift away. You just aren't going to see them together. And she's going out on a world tour.
I want to go because I think she's an amazing singer.
Yeah, well, if she comes here, I don't know. She hasn't announced the dates, but she's, announced her intention that this is her last world tour, as if she's done so many.
Because she's going to start doing some movies. I can't remember.
Of course she should.
Oh, gosh. They're still together despite the rumors.
That's just because they were on a red carpet, 10 feet apart. Because they've never walked together or anything. No. They've barely acknowledged their relationship.
So he's a munchkin in the Wicked series. And
is he?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he is.
I didn't know that.
I think that's what he is.
He's got a blip of a part.
The Munchkins don't have much of a role in these Wickeds when you think about it.
Well, I think it is the story of Glinda and Elphaba.
Yeah. And it was just announced that there's going to be a Glinda prequel.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. Well, why not bank on it? That thing is successful.
Yeah, I never read the books.
Ever. Mm-mm. The first time I saw Wicked, the play, I thought, wow, is this the best thing? That Jersey Boys.
Yeah, that just blew us away. So good. Okay, who else?
That's it. Amy Schumer and her guy.
Yeah, they, sometimes when people, she had something where it was like, you need to lose weight. You need to go on something. She has some kind of medical condition that she's been fighting.
Yep. Chris Fisher.
Oh, and he's, I think, was a chef or a cook, or I can't remember how they met. But anyway, she's gone through like a chronic health thing, maybe the last 3 years. And this will break people up, a health issue, Julia, because sometimes your partner thinks you're exaggerating. You're not taken seriously. You know what I mean?
Well, and so she's lost a ton of weight. She's lost like 50 pounds.
And she was on Manjaro or something, one of those and she looks like, wow. Like anyone does if you lose 50 pounds. She doesn't have her cherubic round little cheeks, and she's posing without her wedding ring. She scrubbed her husband's pictures from her Instagram.
That takes work.
Well, she's got somebody else do it, but this is a sign of breaking up.
She had the horrible pregnancy where she puked every day, kind of like Kate Middleton had.
This will break couples up. You're not always strong enough to endure.
And then she had fibromyalgia, not fibromyalgia, the cystic fibroids.
Yes. I mean, I've read enough sad books to know that these things break couples up. I mean, it really does. And sometimes people they don't want to feel like, you can't change somebody else. So all you can change is yourself.
100%.
And you just have to follow it. And I have found in my experience that when women are done, they're done.
Women are done when they're done.
That's right.
They're done. Okay, so you were at the Galleria for the Shop Girls Last show last weekend, and you stopped by Envision because it's one of their 4 locations in the Galleria. Love.
Well, they remodeled that store and it's gorgeous. But I mean, the Grand Avenue store is
Minnetonka.
They're all beautiful, and they are carrying so many more lines of interesting glasses. Hand designed, handcrafted. And
art.
Just
They're art.
It's art. And it was so busy in there. I was like, I hope you guys are Lori and Julia people. Don't forget to mention us, see what happens.
Well, next weekend there's going to be a trunk show, December 12th and 13th.
Yeah, the Thierry Lazary. And I have a pair of Thierry Lazary sunglasses. They're handmade in Paris, and they're really known for, if you really like a heavier, chunkier looking frame, but with some interesting colors, some lucite, double toned, just really cool geometric, sort of the James Bond aviators, but in plastic that are so cool. So, I mean, maybe you have someone that's hard to buy for, you could get them an Envision gift card.
Absolutely love this. And when I think about the glasses, because I was just reading a testimonial that, the quality is there in all their lines, because I think yesterday I was wearing a pair of my Robert Marks that I've had probably for 12 years.
Yeah.
And they're still in style.
Still, yeah.
So we just love Envision. Go check them out, envision-optical.com for more information. Make sure you say Lori and Julia sent you when you go. All right, so I saw this thing, Lori. Well, first of all, really quickly, can you tell people why duty-free shopping? Because a lot of people are traveling over the holidays, and if you're going international, I've never understand really the value. And you always buy me something. Don't buy me a present this year. You always buy me stuff from duty free.
I like the Cancun duty free shop when you're coming back from Mexico, going back in the United States, because you don't want to shop when you're getting there. You're trying to just get to your place. Yes. So you shop because you're at the airport plenty of time, and of course, every airport in the world spills you into duty free first before you get to your gate. So, I mean, I really like all duty free shopping, but I particularly like the selection and
the one in Charles de Gaulle in Paris.
That's amazing. Beautiful. It's amazing. So the biggest thing with duty free shopping is I just get a cart and then I go and look at all the end caps.
Okay.
Or I go to you won't really get these they call them travel exclusives. Lancome will do one, Clinique, fragrances, but they'll do here's an example, Clinique does a travel exclusive and they sell the SPF cream in a pot and then the moisturizing surge, then the roll-on eye thing, and then a neck thing or some other thing, 4 things. And these 4 things are packaged together and $87. But if you were to piecemeal all of those things, it would be $105. So different companies will just put together Marc Jacobs 2 for 1, but maybe the Givenchy, that fragrance, or some other ones they'll do. You can buy 1 bottle of Amarige, and the second one is only $30, so you're getting 2 for $125 instead of $200.
And it's tax-free.
Yeah. And no duty, no tariff.
Right, no duty. But the one thing I would...
And then the booze. I mean, the booze is self-explanatory.
Have they not taken that away from you? Because I remember when I was coming home from Portugal.
Well, listen, if you travel from Portugal into France, and you can't bring your liquid. So you always
I traveled from Portugal to Boston, but I couldn't bring... I've just bought sriracha, Portugal sriracha. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, but it was too big.
Yeah, but why wouldn't... Because I had a connection?
Yes.
Okay, because you always come home with booze, and I'm like, they didn't even let me bring on a little condiment.
Yeah, and that's easy. But anyway, in the makeup department, perfume, you just look for things, travel exclusives, and ask the people are very motivated. They all work on commission.
Okay.
Ask if there's something also, is there a discount for me if I buy some things today? And there's always something you can just sign up for to get 10% off.
Right.
Or something. So you just befriend one person and have them.
Because I just go in there and I'm overwhelmed and I'm done. I'm kind of done too.
Think of the people who work there as personal shoppers. They're all working on commission. You say, I also said I wanted to look at the Kylie lip gloss. I wished I'd bought more because they were all half off.
Wow.
I know.
Is it that great, Lori?
Well,
I've never used it.
I mean, I guess I like a big gloss stick. We like a
chunky size.
Yes, yeah. And I like the colors, and I always think they're going to look better than they do on me. I just need to stick with a rose-colored lipstick that matches my tongue. Mm-hmm. So anyway, but just have them point you to the travel exclusives.
Okay, but on the makeup thing, I have one thing to say. Remember I bought the
Tightline?
Yeah, but what was the brand?
You expect me to remember? It's not even my product.
Okay, it's in the bathroom, but whatever.
I remember a lot for you, but that I'm not going to remember.
So it's Urban Decay. And
Urban Decay, give us the whole name.
Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On Eye Pencil, waterproof, long-lasting.
And creamy. It goes on creamy.
And that's what I want.
It's in a wax.
It's in a wax pencil.
You need a special eraser.
A sharpener.
A sharpener, yeah. Eraser, yeah.
But really, you do need an eraser because what I found... And I've tried this, and I love how it goes on. I have it under my eyes all the time.
It's too creamy.
It's too creamy.
It's too creamy.
Even
it's
to
not
use
as
on my eyelid only.
It's not a fine of a point like your little tight line thing that you had with the brush.
I know. I'm really bummed because if anyone has a suggestion, you could send us.
Are you any good with a liquid eyeliner? Because they have the skinniest tips possible.
But would you put that in your tight line? Would you put that on the rim of your eye? I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I like the tight line.
Yeah.
And, Laura Mercier used to make that just look like.
Have you checked Amazon? Have you checked?
I've looked everywhere and I've bought stuff. No one does it like the old days because I like to do it in liquid and put it on with a brush.
Well, find a tight line in a pot.
I have that, but that goes unchecked. It's just an issue. But I was just going to say, I was so excited about this.
Well, you can give that to me because I'm
not giving it away. I'm not giving it away yet. I've sharpened it once, but you do need a special sharpener.
Okay, riddle me this because there's just one more week of this. And it to me, I mean, I guess I get it, but all Mariah Carey wants for Christmas is for people to go to her show in Las Vegas.
You went.
Well, I went, but I went in the summer. At Caesars with like two 27-year-olds. We had an absolute blast, but we could not believe how much she was carried around and how wooden she was. But anyway, and she's at Caesars, and her show started last week, so Thanksgiving weekend. Odd. To me, I always think the oddest time in Vegas is between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but that's when that's when rodeo week is. There are national meetings. It's a soft time in Vegas.
Yes.
People are not traveling. We're worried about what are we spending for Christmas, and you're not really, unless you're like an empty nester with money or something.
But it might be kind of fun and probably
Casey and I went last year
expensive.
to see the Eagles this weekend at the Sphere, but we had a specific thing. I am saying Mariah Carey, I don't see the demand.
No.
Like people are going to make a special trip, and she ends her show next Saturday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Julia, only half of the tickets are sold.
Because that's a big, we saw Sharon there.
Yes.
That's a big arena.
Yeah. And kids are still in school. It's just an odd time, but I guess she wants to be in Aspen for Christmas.
Oh, 100%.
But
and if you're Mariah Carey, you get to do what you want.
The thing she's competing with this weekend it's rodeo week, and so there's
country
all
western singers are all
I
there.
love it that you say country western, but the country stars are doing 1, 2, and 3 night gigs specifically for that, and country fans are not going to see Mariah, so it's just odd booking time, and it's showing in her bookings. And Fate of Ophelia just knocked Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas off at number 1 on the Billboard,
and that is the Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
Really? And it's not even a holiday song.
No,
it's from her last album.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what Mariah wants for Christmas. I just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
And then
because December 12th, speaking of Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, her fiance, came out and said, since they've been dating for 2.5 years, they've never argued once.
Oh, that's sweet.
I think so. And then
it'll happen. But
I know.
Yeah. And that's why they call it the honeymoon.
And then this is a smart thing for Disney Plus. The official trailer for her Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, the final show, is going to drop on Disney Plus on December 12th.
Oh, too bad she can't throw it in the theaters.
I went to that Disney movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would. And I'm like, what up? What up?
Well, a movie that people could watch this weekend, it had a limited run in theaters for like a week. Jay Kelly, which is dropping on Netflix today. And it's the George Clooney movie where he plays, first of all, Noah Baumbach wrote and directed it. And he's with Greta Gerwig, and they co-wrote Barbie together.
Yes.
And he also wrote that movie, A Marriage Story.
Oh, I hated that.
I hated it too.
I hated it.
But remember, Laura Dern was the great lawyer in it. She was like a Laura Wasser type. So Laura Dern is his publicist, and George Clooney is playing a movie star, much like himself, someone who's, been in the business for a long time, even though George was in his 30s when he became famous. But he's had a 30-year career of being a movie star, TV star, whatever you want to call it. So he's like playing himself. Adam Sandler, his manager, and Laura Dern, the publicist. Billy Crudup, I guess, has some scene-stealing roles, and we know how good he is in the morning show. He's so good.
Great actor.
And I guess he chews it up. And then Riley Keough, Elvis's granddaughter, Daisy Jones and the Six.
Is that
she has
she
a part.
plays-
I think she plays his daughter.
Okay.
And so he's this, they're just, they've been together a long time. And it's just kind of a story, of
They
this.
reflect. They go on a trip in a train across Europe.
I am so excited to see this movie. And
along the way, both men, Adam Sandler and
have
George
epiphanies?
Clooney, are forced to confront their choices they made, the relationships.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that sounds really good. And basically, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 80% popcorn meter that people loved it.
Okay.
The critics gave it 80%, but I still think that's,
my
that's
gosh.
high.
And I love all those actors that are in it.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
the crew
yes.
in it. And Adam Sandler was on a standalone. The new season hasn't dropped. David Letterman, my next guest, needs no introduction. And he was just so sweet. Because Dave is a hero to Adam Sandler. So he's like in awe about that. But, he's a New York, NYU, he's a trained theater actor, Adam Sandler. And he's very underrated. Like he was Uncut Gems.
I never saw that. You told me don't even see it, Julia. You would hate it.
Well, I know, but
he's done other things where he was the basketball scout, and
he was brilliant in Happy Gilmore.
I know,
Are you kidding me? But anyway, he gets it was a great interview.
I love
him.
I really
interview.
like. He's just. I think of his Wedding Singer.
Yes.
Way back in he's been in everything
and
forever.
Because he's been in the business, of course he's going to easily be able to tap into the whole being a manager of a movie star because he's been around that. He gets in the business so young, Adam Sandler, in real life, So anyway.
And Noah Baumbach, I guess, because I heard George Clooney talking about this on some show, I think with Kimmel, and he was saying that he was really surprised because Jimmy kind of played a little bit of a montage that Noah Baumbach included while he's reflecting on his career, real life movies that George Clooney was in. And that was a surprise to him. And he was delighted.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. And he just said, it was fun to make.
Oh, he was such a movie star. There was a 10-year period of time where Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez
I love
and
that movie.
The Three Kings. That's where he hurt his back. But he just, I don't know. He's very good. Having seen him on the red carpet, he's very good.
He's a good movie star.
He is. And I still always love his story that when he first, I don't know if it was his first big paycheck, big paycheck. And because he and all these other actors, Richard Kind and other kind of character actors.
Funniest people in the world.
And you know who he is, people.
Just Google him.
Google him. But when he hit it big with whatever money, it was before Casa Amigo, because that was like a huge paycheck for him. But he gave these 10 or 12, these core guys in his group. George had slept on their couches. They'd slept on him, played basketball. He gave everybody $1 million.
That was from Casa Amigo, Lori.
Was it Casa? Yeah. Gave everyone $1 million in cash and paid the taxes on them and gave it to him in a big duffel bag.
I absolutely love that.
First of all, because it would totally screw with you. How do you deposit $1 million?
Right. But also that he paid the taxes.
He paid the taxes on it. Anyway, that is truly a movie star thing to do.
He's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I wish we could see his kids.
Oh, Julia.
I like to look
at
stars.
Look at a picture of George Clooney when he was in the 5th grade. I'm sure there's a picture of him out there. Because George Clooney's dad, Nick, was well known, still alive. His Aunt Rosemary Clooney. So there's photos.
He only met his aunt once.
Yeah. So, but the boy looks like him.
And the girl
looks like them all. She'll be harder to find a 7-year-old picture of her. But that's what they look like. That's how lucky they are. They have mini me's of each other and they got it in twins. She only had to go through one pregnancy. This is a dream.
Well, especially for his age.
And her age too, because she was 38, 39, something like that. This is a dream. This is out of a movie. This is appropriate for a movie star.
So Lori, I saw this list and I thought of it, and it says the average person has only been to 5 of these places. How many have you visited? And I counted 16 for myself. Yeah. But I bet you're almost all of them. So the average, here are the big ones. Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, London. You've been to these. Burj Khalifa. I had to look all this up.
No.
You know what that is? That is the highest skyrise, and it's in Dubai. I feel like one of the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah. Yes. Tom Cruise climbed this thing.
And that thing is 163 floors.
No, thank you.
No, the World Trade Center, I think, was like 100. I don't even know. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? No. And speaking of Dubai, is it on?
No.
Nope, me neither.
Not on my list.
Ever since Star from The View... No, we saw it on the
Sex
movie.
in the City.
Sex in the City. And
we're like, okay, we've seen it.
Right.
We've seen enough.
We've seen it. The Sydney Opera House. You've been to Sydney. Did you go to that?
Yes, of
course. The Coliseum in Rome.
Went to a very fun pub right across and just stayed up the street. That's a very fancy schmancy area around the Sydney Opera House.
In the Sydney Harbor and everything. Yeah, it looks like it.
Rich, but still there were all these great, because it was, there is a working wharf, or there was a working wharf aspect to it. So there's a lot of cool places.
We don't see a lot there were a couple TV shows from Australia. We don't see a lot from them. I see more Danish TV shows.
Yeah, I don't know what's
kind of weird.
About.
Empire State Building. Mm-hmm. Would you go if you were first time going to New York, would you go to the top of it?
If it's something you've always wanted to do and you want to get a photo, yes, absolutely.
And they have that penny machine that flattens the pennies.
Yeah.
I always think that's cute. The Louvre.
Yeah.
Paris, Times Square, Mount Fuji. No.
Yeah, I've been to Mount Fuji.
When?
When we lived in Japan. We drove there. We drove to the Mount Fuji National Park.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go. Statue of Liberty, yes. Mm-hmm.
I climbed all the way up to that. I don't recommend doing that. Don't get off the boat at that island. Just sail around it, take the Staten Island ferry.
And go to Ellis Island if you want to go.
That was good, but I actually climbed. But we had kids, so we were looking for something to do. But oh my gosh, to peer out the crown and stuff. And then it was a slow people were slow going back down.
That's a big climb.
And you're stuck on that island till the next ferry comes.
You told me that, and we never went.
Yeah, no.
We never went.
I'm lazy. I'm inherently lazy. I don't want to do stuff like that.
We know. Then the other one was the Tower Bridge, which is at the London Tower, Stragata Familia, and I know you've been there. It's the Barcelona church.
Yeah, Barcelona.
Oh, gosh, remember?
La Sagrada Familia. It's been being built since 1880s. 82.
But they say it's going to be finished next year.
Yeah, it's that place is like a mushroom trip, Barcelona, because of all the Gaudi-inspired architecture and La Sagrada Familia. It's very exaggerated balloons. And then there's this whole amazing Gothic quarter, which is 11th and 12th century, which is incredible.
Okay. And are there funny faces all over the church or something?
No, but there's a lot of street artists, the mimes where they're different things, amazing, like a guy where you can go and it's like you're sitting on his toilet and he's coming out of the back of the head or a King of Hearts, but they're so good all the way up La Rambla, which is also where you have to watch your, you put your
purse
wallet
away. Yes.
In your front pocket. This is a pickpocket heaven, La Ramblas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, Rio. So we haven't done that. Notre Dame, yes. Buckingham Palace, a drive-by. You couldn't visit when we've been.
No, it wasn't open to the public.
St. Peter's Basilica, yes.
Climbed all the way to the top of that. They don't even let you do that anymore. It was like an ungodly amount up to the cupola.
Who were you
at
with?
The top. I was with my two
girlfriends. Was this
girlfriends?
The high school trip?
I was 19 years old, and we spent 2 months in Europe just flopping around, and we actually did that. They don't even allow you to do it anymore. And we got up there, and we were like, oh, you see all of Rome. It's incredible, to see it.
Right.
And I still remember that. But then we had to take off our shoes, our Dr. Scholl's, to go down.
Those wooden things with the one strap.
To go down the 800 steps it was a spiral. I don't know if it was 800, but it was a lot.
Right.
It was a lot. And we had to buy a scarf outside of the Vatican to cover up our peasant off the shoulder tops.
Oh,
They didn't go up far enough, and we had to buy a scarf.
But you walked it. So that's two places I've never climbed.
Well, I don't think they allow people to do that anymore.
Probably.
I think it became dangerous and congested, and
I would go through so much anxiety if I couldn't get out of here with people coming up or coming down in a narrow place.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle that. Machu Picchu is the next one. You can't climb that anymore. My mom did that.
You can't? I thought you could.
I don't think you can. Well, we could check it.
Too much work for me. That's all I know.
Well, but you climbed all those other things, but you were, different ages.
Lot different ages.
Lot of different ages. Okay, let's just real quick, because I've got more, and there's one on here I don't think we'd ever go to. Let's thank HRIMN.com.
What are we thinking for our hair?
Our hair. Hair Restoration Institute of Minnesota. They've been around for 30 years. They are amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Anka goes to someplace similar, because he's really preserved his hair. Because you could see he was fading when he was in his 30s.
Right. It's amazing. And there's kind of like this modern day toupee. I hate to call it that, but it's the only way to describe it.
It's
but
a hair system, yes. My brother-in-law has one.
And you just once a month go get it tightened, but you can shower, you can run, you can swim, you can do
everything. It looks so good. He looks so youthful. He looks 10 years younger than his age, and it was his only vain thing. He says, I just wanted to have hair.
And it looks so good, but they have so many other things, but you could be losing your hair for so many different reasons: hormonal, GLP, estrogen, DHT sensitivity, whatever it is. They do have solutions for you in all different price ranges. Go to HRIMN.com, click on the button in the upper right-hand corner for a free consultation, and they'll set you up. The consultation can be on a Zoom if you can't make it there. People come in from all over the country, right? Lori, you're right to go there, because they are the experts. Tell them Lori and Julia sent you. And then let's talk about closets, Lori. The more and more we start talking about Twin Cities Closet Company. I was just on their website this morning because I'm going to set up an appointment to have one of their designers comes in. And you may have ideas what you want to do.
I have no idea. I literally have no idea, because I don't know what's possible.
Either do I. And so they can come in, and everyone has a design background. And when they come into your home, they'll take the exact measurements. They will give you, when you're done, kind of a 3D layout of possibilities on a CAD drawing, which is their custom software.
Do you know how amazing that is? Because I've never been able to read flat 1D when they just sketch it out.
When they just show it?
Really? Yeah, that's why going to their showroom is also quite fun. But I like the idea of being able to visualize it without like holding up the piece of paper and going, oh, okay. When someone just sketches out a plan for you, that's very cool.
I'm really telling you, every one of my closets, because
sold.
I agree. But you go, they have a complimentary design. They use the best products. They're made and manufactured in Minnesota. And they've got 2 locations. One's in Minneapolis and one's in Mound. They also, when we toured, their factory kind of, everyone loves working there. Yeah. They treat people so kindly. They give back to the community. They're really good people, and they're right here. It's family owned and operated in Minnesota. tcclosets.com.
Thank you
for more information. Okay, there's a couple more lists.
Oh, I'm done with this.
I know you are, but I just have one more because I didn't know about it, and you can just tell me if you know of it. The Great Wall of China. You haven't been.
I have not been. I turned down 3 different times trips to China.
I don't have a desire.
Well, I'll tell you why, having gone to Vietnam, I don't like a communist country.
Because I know people that are going to Vietnam.
Well, they'll have, we were on the Mekong River on the ship. I really liked doing it that way. But I really felt it the most in, Saigon, and, they're a communist country, but everybody is hustling to make money. And so it's a dichotomy, right there by the sheer fact that they're an openly communist country, and the flag and sickle are flying everywhere. And you wonder, who's watching your tour guide? Is the bus driver? I always feel like communism, at least the way it is now in communist Russia, communist China, communist Vietnam, spying and tattling. Of course, the worst is Korea. People will lie to get a potato, and when you're starving, that is just, you can't even, it's hard to think about it. But I don't care for it.
So was it just the feeling of it, Lori?
No, it's off-putting to see the flag and sickle being flown everywhere. And is
that the red flag with the yellow stars?
Yes, and I've read too many spy and espionage novels and stuff. But that is the real world thing. There is this whole thing. Communism would like to see all democracy be done.
Right.
And I enjoy, freedom, democracy, whatever. And I've been to country like Tanzania was a socialist democratic country in Africa, completely different Cambodia, socialist.
And you loved Cambodia.
Loved. So it's just be prepared for that.
Right.
And don't go to anything in Vietnam that's a war memorial because it'll just make you mad.
Because it's just spies?
Well,
or why?
It was, listen, that was an ill-begotten war, and it was, we were lied to about it. And there, we didn't need to stomp out communism. If that's what was going to happen, that's what's going to happen. But we lost so many good, just a whole generation
of people. Yeah.
And so to go there, I don't want to see the celebration of that. And so
interesting.
Yeah. I that was my feedback on my small group tour that I did. I said, you should have a trigger warning for this because me and another woman had to walk away from the tour. I was getting pissed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just, I'm an Air Force brat. My dad, we were stationed in Japan when the Vietnam War was going on. Lived in the Philippines when, I was very young, but like 65, 66. And that's when their bodies were coming back. They would go to Clark Air Force Base. So
you have feelings.
I have, I felt like I was more, and my dad or a military family and this is what we do. And, very different than, growing up in a same neighborhood and going to a public school.
Right.
We're going to
Army-based schools.
Our Air Force.
Air Force. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't care for that, but it was still an incredible experience to experience it. And I wished I'd known about the Saigon shopping. Tell your friends to bring a duffel bag, I think a flat duffel bag, so they can shop. The shopping is incredible.
Is that where you got your beautiful Hermes scarf and everything?
Everything.
And is it just affordable?
It's like no wonder there's, when you think of Hong Kong or Beijing or Shanghai or Tokyo, the fashion is so up to the minute. It's just incredible. And
it's where everything's made.
Yeah, and the quality. And anyway, I wish I had known that about Saigon tip. I could have bought a duffel bag. I could have searched the market for
Lori,
for that.
It's a lot of work sometimes when you're traveling.
Well, and we were there for Tet, so it was New Year's, so it was just absolutely, elbow to elbow river of people, and I just bought what I could carry and what I thought I could reasonably stuff.
I'm having a flashback. I'm having a flashback when we spent all that time downloading, trying to get your visas. Oh. Remember how much time we spent on the computer? That was
and I'll tell you why, because Vietnam changes their requirements a lot, and that's like they're changing all the time. This is the other thing, with the communist government. Maybe everything is not that well run.
And the Vietnamese people that I've met and known in Minnesota are the most lovely people in the world.
But there's a reason why they left.
Yeah, I get it.
They did not want to live.
No, I get it. Well, here's a place I want to go to, and I know you want to go to, is Scandinavia. And you've been once for a football game.
Yeah,
party.
for 10 days, in 1987. So I've never been back, Göteborg, but I was like, I need to come back to the Scandinavia because I'm Norwegian. And, I've always wanted to go to Stockholm. I've always wanted to go to Copenhagen and Oslo, and we're doing it all in one trip.
We are. And so
it's called Spectacular Scandinavia with Lori and Julia. We're going with Borton Overseas. They've customized a really sweet itinerary for us. Let's hear some of the highlights.
Okay, well, we're going to the 3 capitals of Scandinavia.
Yes.
We are kind of doing a plane, a train, and a ship.
Yes.
Which I'm really fun. But all of our experiences are like these incredible local experiences. Apparently, Denmark is renowned for its beer.
Oh,
and so we're going on this beer thing and sustainable organic breweries and stuff.
Fantastic.
And we're doing, but it's
and
all
do you know
private.
How lovely all these people are?
Yes, and we're going to do, all the nights. We'll tour the cities and then spend some time eating at a local restaurant in the cities.
And we'll have a local guide in each of these cities. So that's really beautiful. And I love the Scandinavian accented English. It's easy to understand, and they learn English at a young age. Everybody. But it is very luli, the whole cadence of
We only have 10 spots left.
And I haven't
checked. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Which is great. But you come alone. People, we've talked about it. Come with your partners. Come with your auntie. Come with your sister. We have fun on these trips.
Oh, we sure do.
And they curate the best trips. So we're excited. So BortonOverseas.com for spectacular Scandinavia or they have other small group tours.
Yeah, maybe you want to do your own thing and have them customize a tour to Scandinavia, Southeast Asia, where we were just talking about, Africa. I mean, they are experts. Iceland, they do a lot.
Yes,
and so when you go to their website,
different destinations that you want to be working with someone. That's Borton Overseas. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna torture you with my list anymore.
Okay.
But you have been to Santorini.
Yeah. Oh,
Niagara Falls.
I've not been to Niagara Falls.
Okay, that is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
All upstate New York, the Finger Lakes from a book we read.
Yeah.
And
but it seems like it's northern Minnesota.
No, well, maybe.
Did you see the waves last weekend on Lake Superior from any of the cams?
Lori, I was just thinking we haven't had an update from you from the Lake Superior Twitter account because you used to tell me everything about it.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That's a very good follow. But last weekend, Lake Superior was roaring like the ocean.
Wow.
5, 6, 7 foot waves.
Right there in Duluth, too?
All along up the North Shore. Well, I didn't see any pictures of people surfing. It actually looked too wicked and wild with an undertow. I mean, it was wave breaking upon wave. They weren't like, when you go to the ocean, you've got some time to read between a wave. It was just crashing.
Oh. Yeah. I love it. It really kind of is our mini ocean.
It is. So I don't know why I've never felt any need to go upstate New York or Maine because I'm like, we can just go up north here.
But it's different because I still want Niagara Falls.
You can't get a lobster roll on the North Shore. I mean, maybe you can, but
I'd like to go to Niagara Falls. Okay. And then do Maine, Vermont, Connecticut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's different. All right, blah, blah, blah. The other places, the only other one that I didn't know where it was Petra. Do you know that place?
That's Egypt, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
And there's
archaeological sites
built into the rock. Yeah. And then
another place I've been offered the opportunity to go, and I just say no.
And this one, I think you were at Angkor Wat. Wasn't that?
Oh, that's in Cambodia. Yes, that's amazing. Saw this. That's amazing.
I saw it. It looked like the hugest tree was.
Oh, there's trees growing out of some of the temples.
They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really spectacular.
All right, that's so basically I made it to 16. I bet you've been to like 24.
Who's counting, Julia?
I am.
I was kind of excited to hear this news. The NFL announced we knew Bad Bunny was going to be the halftime show and he's going to be great. But Charlie Puth will sing the national anthem.
I love him.
I love Charlie Puth. We love his voice. Brandy Carlisle, who has a new album out, is singing America the Beautiful.
Love her.
They're taking bets. Will she just sing acoustic with a guitar?
I hope so.
Yeah, but the sound better be...
She wouldn't do it unless it was good.
Yeah, and then Coco Jones, who has an amazing voice, will do Lift Every Voice and Sing. So those are our 3 performers.
And that's all curated by Jay-Z's Rock Nation Country.
Yes.
Well, he does the halftime show at least. Rock Nation, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
the
about
NFL announced these 3 performers. So already the Super Bowl hype is lightly happening.
The Vikings aren't going to be in it.
Yeah, who cares? I mean,
Who cares anymore?
Julia, I learned my Viking lesson at a very young age. When they lost the 4th Super Bowl, and I believe I was in college, I decided... This is not something this is heartbreak I don't need to be a part of.
No, and last year
I can go shoe shopping. I can go to a movie. I can go day drinking.
You can do all those things.
And I just thought, why would I do that? And so I really recommend bandwagoning on any given sport. Like I really was crushed about the Mariners this year.
I know.
I hope they don't trade anybody.
Well, we were crushed about the Vikings last year. Remember? We were
I don't because I'm not. No, I know. I'm not connected.
You aren't. The Minnesota Wild is doing well.
That's good. I'm glad. Have you watched any of Heated Rivalry, the horny hockey show that people should watch this weekend if you're cold? You're gonna need to jump in a cold shower when you're done with this.
I started watching it, but I was reading, and I think you need to focus on the TV show instead of reading.
Well, if you don't want, you're missing glorious sights.
Well, I haven't seen anything. I turned it on, and I thought I need to focus on that show.
I have forgotten how much I really, really, really appreciate in a show seeing the curve of a well-defined male ass.
Yeah.
And a hockey butt is always the best anyway. They're high and they're tight and they've got good quads and everything about them is just wow. And you're seeing it in silhouette and then the abs and then they're making I don't want to say bones because that would be a bad pun, but they are making, you can clearly see we're all adults here and it's very good.
It's very good.
It's very good. So if your horny TikTok is being fed hot hockey stories, it's because you've gone and pressed like on heated rivalry. And the guy who plays the Russian guy, he's like, so, cool about it. He's just like, yeah, it was just no big deal. He's like 25 in real life. And the other guy, they're just very not making any big deal that it's, two men passionately making out and screwing and everything else. And it's just, but you're also seeing this relationship that is just they are just F buddies. Okay.
All right, we're going to watch it.
But it turns into something more. But that is how a lot of relationships start out, is with screwing.
All right, there we go. We're moving on. We're moving on because, we lost a dear friend.
Oh my God.
We lost a dear friend. And really, if you were listening to our radio show since the beginning, he was a dear friend to everybody. And it was Christopher Hopkins.
The makeover guy.
The makeover guy. And it was sudden and it was shocking. And
he had heart issues. He was only 61 years old. And, the makeover guy, his studio, he was going strong. He had ladies flying in from all over the country. Joanne still doing the silhouette analysis.
His mother.
His mom. And I still have my silhouette analysis book, and I still go by everything I learned in that. And he was just a champion of beauty. He had the revamped salon spa.
On Hennepin Avenue, right next to Chino Latino
for a long time. And then he moved down to St. Anthony, Maine. And
he was on our show, though. We wanted
for like 7 years.
We wanted a gay weather guy that did fashion.
Yes.
And so
that was our description to him.
It actually was. And he was so perfect. And we would have so much fun. And he'd come out to the fair.
Melinda Jacobs introduced us to him. Oh, yeah. We had a lot of fun with him. And then when the station went from FM 107 to My Talk, then there was like more shifting of being more disciplined, I guess.
I think you're right. Yep.
And you and I and Christopher were not disciplined. We were very rowdy. You had a very memorable birthday once where he brought in a hot shirtless guy to give you a foot massage on the air.
And Donnie had his nose
hair waxed on the air.
And then we drank. We didn't know drinking was illegal. We had a little shot of something.
No, we were drinking slippery nipples. And our boss came in and said, have you been drinking? And we said no.
Well, that was the only time we ever did it.
Well, yeah, we didn't know it was illegal.
We didn't know it wasn't. That's what I was saying. We didn't know it was illegal. It is apparently. But anyway.
We could drink during this
He was on Oprah. We could. Mm-hmm. He was on Oprah. He did makeovers for, who's the big celebrity he did it for?
Well, I
can't remember.
He did.
But the whole book, Staging Your Comeback, which I have still at the cabin.
I do too.
Is every woman in that was an FM 107 at the time listener.
Yes.
And I know, like a friend of mine's sister sent her sister to the makeover guy. A lot of people know him.
Oh, people are devastated about it and he was just a flat out character.
Beyond. And his Halloween parties, oh my gosh, Lori. And his baritone voice, and he'd sing. And he was a theater guy, and he was an artist.
Yeah.
And
my best karaoke moment of my life is with Christopher, Casey, and I think you were there.
I think I was, but I wasn't.
And Christopher and Robert, and we had dinner at Nye's, and then we just kept watching the bar, the Horseshoe Bar, where you could pull up a chair and sit, and Lou was playing the piano.
Good old Nye's.
Yeah, good old Nye's. And we got a spot around the piano bar. Mm-hmm. And I love that song, Olivia Newton-John, Let Me Be There, because there's this gospel-y tone. I guess it feels like a gospel song the way it builds, and then there's this part where the Let me be there. And so Lou sang along with me because she could see right away that I was struggling. And Christopher was singing.
Probably your voice.
Yeah, Christopher was singing, along, but backing off. But when it came time to give it the really spiritual boom, bam, he got up and it was just, we got a standing ovation. Amazing. No one at Nye's ever,
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're like, it's
and he's
background
so
noise.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful man.
So beautiful. So our thoughts obviously go to Robert and Sharon and everyone who knew him. He was
Joanne.
Yeah. Who's Sharon?
I have no idea.
I was just thinking.
He probably knows Sharon, his sister, Michelle, and he's got, I think, a niece. And yeah, it's a lot of people are devastated. And
he was on one of our last shows at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater.
Our second to last show.
Yeah. Everyone was so excited. We were so excited to connect and see him. It was just,
it wasn't my head. It really.
We had so many memorable times with those guys.
Very much so. It really shook me last weekend. And I'm glad to see that on the Makeover Guy, both the Instagram and Facebook, they're posting things. And they posted like a performance of Christopher when he sang with the Berlin Philharmonica.
I know.
Yeah.
He did a lot in Europe.
Yeah. And he was he kind of knew people in theater, singing,
hair,
beauty. But yeah, he was something else. So they've been posting things and I've watched some of them and it's made me feel better because then I don't have to deal with the fact that he's not on this earth. I can just pretend it's just been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Yeah, Christopher. Anyway, yeah, we did have a lot of people alerting us too. Did we see that? Because it was in the newspaper. It made the Daily Mail on page 6.
I know.
Christopher would have kind of liked that.
He kind of totally would have liked that. But anyway, that was very sad.
Yeah.
All right, honey.
Is that a show?
I think that's a show.
I love it.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, everybody. Yes. And have a great weekend. And if you've got a friend who's bored and wants to hang out with somebody.
Not bored.
Tell them to download us or listen to us. You can listen to us, LoriandJulia.com. All the ways are right there.
Yeah, it's super
easy.
We
are still loud. And
I had a friend, a gal I know from Schuler's, who said she's been showing people.
Oh.
She said, it's so easy. You just go to LoriandJulia.com. And then I said, did you know that? And she said, no, my daughter showed me.
See, there you go. There you go. Have a great day.